Hello everyone from Umbria Above. Here we are, it's Thursday, and we just got home yesterday from a little scoot down to south central Italy. I won't call it exactly south. And by the way, I am drinking, I'd like to, share what I'm drinking. This is a white wine from De Cugnano dei Barbi, which is a fabulous winery about 20 minutes from Orvieto. And they just have the most delicious whites. We love them. So this one is called L'Inquisitore. And it's lovely. 2020, really delicious. Highly recommend a visit to their winery. Amazing, Dom Perignon style, sparkling whites. And we're having our delivery of those whites very soon. Okay, so I wanted to just tell you briefly about our little scoot down to South Central Italy. We spent one night in the town my grandmother was born, and we saw our cousins, which we love doing. We love reconnecting with them. It's only 2 hours from me, but it's crazy how varied Italy is and how different culturally places are when they're even just a couple hours away. So that was really amazing and lovely, and we have some videos coming up on our whole trip. We spent one night there, and then the next day, immediately that morning, we went to see the Royal Palace at Caserta, the Reggia di Caserta, and that was stupendous. It's the largest palace in the world by volume, so a lot of countries claim they have the largest palace, and it just depends how you measure. Are you measuring, ground square meters of ground covered? Are you measuring volume? Are you measuring space within the walls, whether it's inside or outside? Anyway, the Reggia di Caserta is stunning, and many people say much more beautiful than Versailles or the Louvre, or there's other palaces outside of Europe as well, but amazing, really tasteful, and at the same time beautiful. We also did a quick shuttle ride because the gardens are so enormous that to see all the gardens it would take you 4 hours. So we took a shuttle ride that took us into the gardens and the fountains and the pools, and we will have a lot of footage on that coming up. And then we headed down to the Amalfi Coast. So it's the end of October. We are having a bit of a heat wave again here in Italy, but the great thing about going to the Amalfi Coast out of season is that there aren't the crowds, there aren't the crazy high prices, and there's no heat like in June, July, and August, where it can be unbearable sometimes. So I definitely recommend off season. As you know, you've heard me talk about this before, off season in Italy is the way to go. No crowds, no hot weather, and lower prices. So that was really beautiful, and we had some really special experiences there. I'm not going to name the places that we went because I'm kind of protective of these places, not just because I want to go back there and have them not be ruined by tourism, but also I just want to protect them because they're magical and they need to be discovered on their own. They need to be discovered by people on their own, which is part of the fun too, right? So you need to go to places that are not in your guidebook. You need to go to places that you just feel free to wander and find and discover. So that was really magical. We had some lovely dinners overlooking the sea with only locals around us. There were no tourists around us, and that was really, really special. So we were 2 nights on the Amalfi Coast. On the way back, we stopped at Monte Cassino, which is above the town of Cassino, a famous World War II battle where essentially the Americans made a mistake in their bombing and they destroyed this abbey that they didn't need to destroy. But to make up for this huge mistake, the Americans rebuilt to the stone how the abbey was. So, one thing about it that I don't love is that everything you're looking at for the most part is new, reconstructed. There are some bits that are older, but the history is pretty incredible. We also, on one of our first days, went to the Abbey of Casamari in Frosinone. Both of these are actually in Frosinone. And the Abbey of Casamari is incredible. It's stunningly beautiful, and nobody goes there. Everybody goes to Tuscany. Don't ask me why. But you need to go to places like Casamari because they're authentic and they're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. On our way back yesterday, we stopped off for lunch. I think I put a photo on Instagram, €6 for every plate of pasta. Menu not in English, and nobody spoke English in the place, and all the pastas were phenomenal. So I think we paid like €45 for 4 people. That included a bottle of wine, included pasta, included some appetizers, bread, water, and that's amazing. Like, that's amazing, and that's the real Italy. So I just always try to remind people, you don't have to get sucked into the travel guides that tell you only go to Tuscany, go to Rome. Those places are nice, but they are a lot more expensive and often a lot less authentic because so many non-Italians are going there, because so many guidebooks, etc., are telling them to go there. Okay, that's it. We have a lot of footage coming up. I took so much footage that my phone died by noon every day, and I'd have to plug it into the car and the next car ride. So we have a lot of footage coming out, and can't wait to share it with you. Have a great Thursday, and I hope you kick off your weekend very soon. Okay, bye everyone.